Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome to Let's Go Lynx, a series of retrospectives on the games for Atari's underappreciated 16-bit handheld. Like most of Atari's later game systems, the Lynx didn't do all that well on the market, but like its spiritual successor the Jaguar, it's always had a loyal and dedicated following that remains devoted to the platform even to this day. For many people, a love of the Atari Lynx is a lot more understandable than love for the Atari Jaguar. While the Jaguar underwhelmed a lot of people from the moment it appeared on the market, the Lynx set out to impress from day one and actually achieved that. It was so far ahead of its contemporaries in the handheld space that it seemed certain to succeed, and yet it most certainly did not. Why is that? Well, it's primarily down to the system's software support. Whereas Nintendo's Game Boy in particular had well-established companies from all over the world churning out new games, Sega's Game Gear had one of the most recognisable names in gaming attached to it, and the PC Engine GT or Turbo Express was cross-compatible with the substantial and high-quality library of its equivalent home console, Atari's lineup of games felt a little lacking in comparison. That's not to say that there weren't good games on the Lynx. There absolutely were, as we'll see over the course of this series. But rather both Atari and the people who were making games for the Lynx felt like they were a little stuck in the past. While other platforms at the time were playing host to sprawling, ambitious games with the ability to save your progress and play over the long term, many Lynx games were designed in the same way as Atari titles dating right back to the late 70s and the classic Atari 2600 system. They were arcade-style games, intended to be sat down with and played for a single sitting at a time, rather than engaged with over the long term. And the landscape of gaming, at the time of the Lynx's release, had been gradually moving away from that model. In retrospect, the Lynx's focus on immediate arcade-style experiences is actually rather refreshing in the 21st century. Most Lynx games can be picked up and learned in a matter of minutes, and remain engaging and interesting over repeated play sessions due to their own merits, rather than the amount of content they offer. In many respects, they offer perfect handheld gaming experiences, simple, straightforward and self-contained, meaning that they can easily be enjoyed on the go, or when you don't have a lot of free gaming time. And this isn't to say that the Lynx didn't have any more substantial experiences on offer either. In fact, some of the platform's more ambitious games are among its best, albeit perhaps with a few caveats here and there. One of the best things about the Atari Lynx is that its library was mostly unique and exclusive. Even in the cases where it played host to multi-platform titles, the Lynx versions are often specially designed and distinct from their counterparts on home computers and consoles. A great example of this comes in the form of Epyx's California Games, the original pack-in title for the Atari Lynx. While on paper it might seem more limited than its original home computer versions from 1987 due to featuring fewer events, it's widely cited by fans as a favourite game for Lynx, and in 2004 the video game website GameSpot specifically cited the Lynx version of California Games as one of the greatest video games of all time. The Lynx version of California Games was developed from scratch, rather than simply ported from a previous version, providing the team at Epyx the opportunity to completely rebalance the way the game works. Controls, rules and scoring systems were refined and simplified to provide greater arcade-style appeal, but the 4 events remained the definition of easy to learn, hard to master, with plenty of depth to discover from repeated play. It remains a great showcase of the Lynx's capabilities to this day too, with impressive visuals, large sprites, excellent animation, and subtle but effective use of the platform's unique capabilities such as sprite scaling. It's the perfect place to kick off an exploration of the Lynx's library, in other words, so it's about time we did that, I'd say. Let's go play California Games. Okay, here we are with California Games for Atari Lynx. We're playing this on the Evercade, because 1, capturing footage from a real Atari Lynx is a pain in the ass, and 2, I do not have a real Atari Lynx anymore, which is a bit of a shame. Excuse me. But anyway, yes, we're playing on the Evercade. This is part of the Atari Lynx Collection 2 for Evercade, so you can play California Games at your leisure. Both on the big screen and on the go. Sorry, just setting my picture size back to normal. I was recording some Jaguar footage earlier. Anyway, yes, so California Games for Atari Lynx was the pack-in game for the Lynx for a long time. And so a lot of Lynx owners played it, loved it. It was already a very popular game from its home computer incarnations and the NES version that there was. But the Lynx version is actually notably different from those other versions in quite a few different ways. Not just having fewer events, but in the way those events are implemented. And I actually prefer this version of the game, and I'm not alone in that either. Right, so we have 4 events to choose from. We have BMX, surfing, a half pipe, and footbag. So unlike the home computer versions of Epyx's games, there's no sort of competing all of the events, competing some of the events, competing one event, practice one event. You just play the event as a self-contained game in this, and there's a high score table for each. So yeah, it's basically a collection of 4 mini-games. So let's begin with BMX, which I'm very bad at. So in BMX you have this downhill course to traverse, which is of course littered with obstacles. And your aim is to, 1, get to the end in time, and 2, try and pull off some stunts along the way. And you've got 2 main types of stunts you can do. You can do a little bunny hop, like that, or you can do a flip. Oops. And knowing what to do when is a key part of actually scoring any points whatsoever in this game. As is, whoops, as is controlling your speed and direction. So, this is not an event you're going to master straight away. This is an event that people have struggled with for years. You can learn the course. It is the same every time. But it's just full of stuff like that make it very difficult to deal with. Oh dear. I can do better than this. It's trying to explain what's going on while also traversing it. All right, let's have another go. Most lost, 44 points. Terrible. All right, let's have another go. Oh, terrible starts. There we go, that's more like it, isn't it? Let's hop down there. Little flip there. There we go, lovely. Little flip there. Nice. Now, I can never remember when that huge slope comes up. I always think it's earlier than it actually is. I think, yeah, this is it here. So getting down here is very tricky. Oh no! Now you can flip down there if you time it right. And you could possibly even get multiple flips in if you try hard enough. Oh no! You can definitely get a flip in there. And one here. Oh dear. So this event is all about judging what you think you can get away with, as well as negotiating the obstacles. And managing your speed as well. Bogus! 109 points, so that's better. Let's have another go. That was a poor start. One thing you will notice about the BMX game in particular is that the sort of scoring curve for it is way lower than all of the other games in the collection. And so even if you do well, you're likely to only get a 3-figure score at most. So don't feel too bad. Don't feel too bad if you're only getting scores of like 23 or whatever, like we're doing here. Right, now's the big hill, isn't it? So carefully bunny hop down these steps. Oh. That's got to hurt. Right, hop. No, that's falling. And no, just bang your head, that's fine too. Hop over there. Little flip there. Oh no. Just a normal jump there, I think. A little flip here. A little flip here. A little flip here. No. And one here. No. Time up. Way loser. I agree with that. Alright, a couple more goes at this and then we'll move on to something else. This is, I think, by far the hardest event in California Games on the Lynx. A lot of people cite the half pipe as being very difficult. But that, once you get the hang of that, that's actually quite straightforward. Whereas this consistently demands skill and memorization and all manner of other fun stuff. Alright, take it easy. Little hop. Little hop. No, crash into the bale of hay. Good. No. Ouch! My arms. All of the skin has gone. Oh, there we go. That was nice, wasn't it? That was almost even a good landing. Alright, a little jump. No! Up here, a little flip here. A little flip here. A little jump here. Carefully down the slope. A little bunny hop. And hop. Oh no! We're not actually that far off the finish. Oh no, but I don't think we're quite going to make it. Damn it. 131. Uncool. That's better. One more go. Hop. Crash. And a little flip here. A little hop there. Nope. Oh, damn it. It'd be much easier if there weren't all these bloody metal pipes in the middle of the road. Someone should come out and give this track a good safety inspection. Alright, hoppy, hoppy, hoppy. No. There is a safe spot you can sit. That means you avoid all of the obstacles. I think it's about... Oh, no, that was almost good. It's like being right on the edge of the pathway, I think. And so if you want to make life a bit easier for yourself, you can just sit there, but you still have to negotiate the jumps and stuff properly. And so while you're learning the course, that might be a good idea to try. But if you want to be a California Games pro... You want to do it properly. Oh no! Which is not like I'm demonstrating. Time up. Way loser. One more try. Right. Carefully down the slope here. Don't fall off this time. Little... Nope. Okay. Cool. Flip. And little hop, little hop. And a flip. And a flip. Oh, no. Little hop. And then... Annoying bit coming up. Oh, no. Fall off again. Little hop. Alright. Annoying bit. Carefully down the steps. Or head first down the slope. That's good too. Right, just... Could have done it. Could have done it. Oh no. What is this? And alright, no, time up. Okay, that was actually going much better. But one more go. Alright, carefully down this slope at the beginning. Avoid the annoying pipe. Little hop over there. Big flip off here. Up over there, up over... No! Up over the obstacles. Could have got away with a flip there. Let's play it safe. So if you want the big scores, you get a time bonus at the end if you actually finish the course. So you can actually get a fairly significant number of points from that. So again, while you're learning, you might want to avoid doing the stunts altogether, aside from the ones you need to do to survive. Because some sections of the course you need to do the bunny hop to actually survive the jumps. Right, hop. And flip. And flip. And hop. Carefully, carefully. Carefully. Hoppy, hoppy. No! 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 Oh, I'm so close to the finish. Oh, that's so upsetting. I know what I said. I'm just going back on it. Because I'm a filthy liar. Alright, flip. Hop. 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 No. Hop. Flip. Hop. Flip, because why not? No, no. That was a poor choice. Oh dear, this is going badly. No, just land. Right, here we are. One day I'll learn how to do this bit properly. Today is not that day. Oh. Oh. I want to finish the course. I want to at least finish the course because I've done it before. I just want proof that I've done it. Again. Okay, that was pretty smooth up until that point. That was unsmooth. Alright, come on. No, I totally landed that. You filthy liar. That was nice. Right. No, that's not how you ride a bike down a hill. Vertically is not how you ride a bike down a hill. Alright, survived that bit a little bit better than normal. that was also a poor choice. This one we can flip on. Whee! Time up! Uncool. Oh, come on, come on! I've got to be able to finish this course. I've done it before. I'll do it again. No. That's not going to help my efforts, is it? Oh. Why? Why me? Right, carefully. Oh, it's so hard. Ah. Alright, the next one really is the last attempt at this, because this must be infuriating to watch for people who know how to do this event. Way, loser! Right. Honestly, definitely, positively, absolutely the last time. Oh. It's not gone awfully so far. I mean, it's not gone brilliantly either, but it's not gone awfully. Alright. And that was nice. Now this bit. Oh. That was almost nicely handled. Oh, hello. Backflip's the way to handle that, then. Unfortunately, I don't really know how to manually trigger a backflip, because the buttons you have in this are bunny hop and forward flip. But still, that's knowledge worth having. Oh, I hate this bit. Shouldn't be that hard to get over. And jump. And come on. Oh. Fooling. I'll take that for now. Right, let's move on to surfing. So this is probably the most famous event in California games for the Lynx, because this is the one that was always showcased in sort of promotional videos and so on. And it's a really simple event. All you need to do is just score as many points as possible. You've got 3 lives to do it. And the way you score points, so basically by jumping off the top of the wave like that, and by doing flippy flips. And that's about it, to be perfectly honest. It's all about sort of risk versus reward and determining how many flips you think you can get in before you land again. Because if you land at the wrong angle, you will wipe out. And your score will not count. So you'll notice at the top of the screen you get points for the actual rotations you do, but also the amount of time you stay in the air as well. So ideally what you want to do is big jumps with lots of flips. Now double 360s are pretty safe. It is possible to do more rotations. But as you can see, it's pretty difficult to do that. Time's up. 3,000. A nice clean score to start with. So best thing to do first of all is get a bit of speed up. And you'll find as you do your 360s, you'll build up speed naturally anyway. And you will also build up height naturally. Now this event actually works quite differently to the home computer versions of this. Oh, can we make it? We made a triple, but we wiped out the bottom. Yeah, the home computer versions of this use a more sort of, I guess you'd call it almost an Olympic style scoring system. In that you have a certain amount of time on the wave, and then you're judged by a panel afterwards. It will give you a score out of 10. Which is fine. But I think overall I prefer the sort of arcadey style scoring of this one. It's just easier to understand how to do better. Time's up! Alright, again. Now, if you want to take greater risk, you can actually hold down the A button to spin faster. And I suspect that's how you get more of your triple and maybe quadruple 360s. But it's a lot more difficult to time those. Whoops! Alright, let's build up a bit of speed and see if we can't manage one of those. Alright, off the top. Get some height going. That's not height, that's speed. Oh dear. That's a little bit risky, going back towards the wave like that. There we go. That's height. That's what we want. Yeah, because in the home computer version, you got sort of points for kind of riding inside the wave, and the score varied according to how close you were to the wave and that sort of thing. And it all got quite complicated after a while. Oh, not quite a triple one there. Whereas this, I think, is just nicely simple, which is what you want from a handheld game. And as I say, it's very much in keeping with Atari games throughout the ages. I know this was Epyx, but see there, I could have probably got a triple in. No, not quite. And up. In some respects, I always don't think it's worth going for the bigger tricks, because they're so risky to perform. And I'm not sure the reward you get for them is necessarily proportional to the amount of risk you have to take. And so I feel like getting a reliably decent surfing score is more about consistency than anything else. See there, we did what felt like a triple, but I think because I started it a little bit too early, it was only credited as a double. Alright, let's try again. Let's just go for a consistent... Oh, no. That's good too. I'm going to say, let's just try and go for a nicely consistent run this time. Maybe next time we'll go for a nicely consistent run. This time I'm just going to go, hello, wave. That wave effect is still impressive. Sploosh! Yeah, I'm still very impressed by that wave effect. Right, this time. This time, it's all about consistency. Then you have doubles. Lovely. It's all about that sort of vertical landing. If you nail that, you're all good. And just be careful not to end up going too far back towards the wave. Oh, whoops. I panicked. So yeah, if you start your turn too early before you've actually gone off the crest of the wave, you'll actually only get credited as a double, even if you do 3 full rotations. So you need to make sure that you're actually in the air before you start turning. This is still a really fun game, actually. It's very simple. This is exactly what you want from a handheld game. Simple to understand, hard to master. Plenty of scope for replay value, chasing high scores. Satisfying and enjoyable to play. It looks good. It sounds good. Yeah, it's no surprise that California Games in general is one of the most popular games on the Lynx. And why the surfing event in particular has always been used as such a showcase for the platform, despite the fact it's not actually using that many of the system's unique capabilities. So I don't think there's any sprite scaling going on here, which was sort of the Lynx's big party trick. There we are, 4,185, happy with that. Let's move on to Halfpipe. This one, on the other hand, does showcase the Lynx's scaling capabilities, as you will see. See? Super impressive. Right, in this event, you kick off, and then you have to basically time doing your turns properly. And it's tricky to get the timing down properly, particularly when you're first starting to learn. But eventually, you will get the rhythm. And additional height and points will be well within your reach. And you get more points for holding the button longer while you're in the air. Oh, mistimed that one. You got thrashed. 5,500. Not a bad start. Let's try again. Right, off we go. And turn. And turn. And turn. So you want to build up your speed and momentum until you're actually in the air. And as you get higher and higher, you want to take greater and greater risks with the amount of time you're holding the button down for. You want to make sure you're sort of releasing it by the time you're coming back down again. Otherwise, you will fall. Oh dear, like that. You turn too hard. Off we go again. Much more respectable score coming along this time. Not my best. It's like with most of the other events in this, you want to try and do it without making any mistakes along the way as much as possible to get the best scores. Because making mistakes means wasted time. 3 seconds left. Not going to achieve much in that time, am I? 1 turn. Got 1 turn in. Time up. Gnarly. Alright, one more try at that. And up, and around. There is also a hand plant trick you can do as well. But to be honest, you'll get the most points from doing the turns. So you want to stick with those as much as possible. Oops, mistimed that. Try again. If you look, you'll see the animation on the skater is sometimes a bit slower than others. You want to try and time your button press so you get that nice slow animation, because that tends to be worth the most points. Because if it's too fast as well, that's what will make you fall usually. You want to try and do it just near the apex of your jump, but before you start coming back down again. Time up. Pretty sketchy. Maybe one more. See, this is the thing with this game, all the 4 games in this collection, however you prefer to look at it. They're all incredibly compulsive. They're all simple enough that you just want to play them over and over and over again and beat your best scores. And the nice thing that the Evercade version has got over and above the original Lynx version is that you can save your high scores in this one, which you couldn't do on the original Lynx cart. So if you want to really sort of compete against yourself over the long term, you can, which is nice. Oh! Damn it. Not sure what I'm doing wrong there. Something wrong with my timing. Nine seconds. I think we're the best I score on this one. It's not bad. Pretty sketchy. Alright, so finally we have Footbag. Possibly the most ridiculously addictive game in this collection, just because it's so bloody simple. All you have to do in this is keep the bag in the air. And all you need to do that is one button. And the longer you keep it in the air, the more that red cumulative score at the top of the screen will increase. And that's the number of points you get for each kick. So obviously you want to try and do it in an unbroken combo as much as possible, because that will allow you to score the most points. Now hitting the seagull in the face adds 50 to that counter, so that's a good thing to try and do. And the different moves you do will also add different amounts to the counter as well. So you see that kicking it off your knees, that is the easiest move to do, but it also doesn't add that many points to the counter at once. So what you really want to try and do is header it like this, because that adds 10 to the counter each time, but keeping the timing on that consistent is quite tricky. Again, this is another event that's quite different to the home computer versions. As the home computer versions, again, sort of scored you based on almost an Olympic style scoring system, where you were graded on sort of the variety of moves that you were doing and how you mix things up and such like. In this one, literally all you've got to do is you've got to keep the bag up in the air and not drop it. And it doesn't really matter if you're using the same moves over and over to do that, as long as it works. As long as you figure out that all-important timing. And there is some very distinct timing to this that you will eventually come to master. And it's at that point that this game becomes truly formidable, because you'll find yourself staring at it for hours and hours and hours at a time, just trying to get that cumulative score as high as possible. And trying to get your total score as high as possible, trying to hit the seagull as much as possible. I'm getting extremely frustrated when you drop it. Yes, as you can see, you can move left and right in this as well. Which is important, because if you hit the seagull at the wrong angle, it will go bouncing off in a slightly less predictable direction. 6,109. Not bad. Let's go again. You see what I did there? There are methods of sort of stopping the bag before it hits the ground. So you need to sort of try and master those recovery methods as much as you can as well, so that if you do make a mistake, you don't lose your points. But that is, of course, easier said than done. One thing I only noticed about this event recently is that it's actually got dynamically remixing music. So like, listen to music while I'm bouncing it on my head, if I can get that going consistently. So you listen to that, that's a fairly thin mix, right? So there's a bit of bass line, but there's no percussion or anything like that. As soon as you start kicking it with your knees though, the drums come back in. It's little things like that that can make a game special. Particularly when it's a really simple game like this. It's just a nice little thing that while you're playing you can notice and go, oh yeah, that is cool. Oh yeah, sprite scaling bikini model. There we go. Because every Lynx game has to have a bit of scaling in it, even if it's not directly relevant to the game itself. Because that was exciting tech at the time. That was tech that you only really seen in arcades. With things like Sega's Superscaler games and so on. And so having hardware scaling on a home platform was tremendously exciting. Obviously this was before the Super NES came out and made everyone take it for granted. Oh. I played this for like 3 hours the other night and really got into a groove with it. I've lost my touch a bit. There we go. That's no, damn it! The second you start to think, "Oh, this is going all right," you'll drop it. Always the way. Always the bloody way. Now, over on the Evercade Discord, at the time of recording, we've been having a little high score competition on this. And some people are so good at this game that they discovered the high score table for this game only scores 16-bit numbers. So if you go over 65,536 points, it won't record your high score. Because it can't. It can display that score in the game, but it won't record a score higher than the 65,536 in the actual high score table. So if you score higher than that and want to keep a record of it, take a photo. Oh, I did it again. I just thought internally, oh, I'm nailing this. I'm getting the hang of this now. I'm really nailing it, and then I messed it up. Because that's how this works. It knows. It's listening to you. It's waiting for you to display any sort of misplaced confidence and then tear it away from you forcefully, violently. No, this is terrible. I did terribly. Absolutely terribly. Can't believe how badly I'm doing. It's awful. Simply awful. The worst footback performance anyone has ever shown, ever. Absolutely atrocious. The worst. Can't believe it. Unbelievable. Terrible. There we go. Over 10,000. Right, couple more goes at this and then we should probably call it a day. Otherwise I will sit here and play this all evening. But yeah, suffice to say, California Games on Atari Lynx is still a great game. And if you've never experienced it for yourself, I highly recommend you do so. And the Evercade is, of course, a fantastic way to do that. Oh no! Oh, I saved it! I saved it! Come on, keep it going. Damn it! That's so upsetting. Yeah, bit of head bumping to give the score a bit of a head start. No pun intended. No! Oh, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone horribly wrong. Right, one more go. One more go. I like the start is clearly just someone chucking it at you. Up and down and up and down. Just stop thinking, Pete. Just stop thinking while you're trying to play footbag. It doesn't work. And it just causes awful, terrible problems for everyone involved. Damn it! I've lost my focus. I've just lost my focus. So it's probably best that we call it a day here, I reckon. What I will do though is I think I do have my high scores actually saved. So I will show you my high scores before we leave. Just so you can see that I do actually know how to play these games. Alright, let's load. Did I save them? There we go. So those are my best scores. So 20,776 on the half pipe, 22,267 on the footbag, 4,320 on the surfing, and 273 on the BMX. You see what I mean about the different score curves. Anyway, that is California games for the Atari Lynx, as seen on the Evercade as part of the Atari Lynx Collection 2 cartridge. Just remains for me to say, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.